Warriors, I woke up today to news about Ghislaine Maxwell. That Ghislaine, there's only one Ghislaine, right, Warriors? The Epstein Maxwell duo, the co conspirators, the human traffickers, the enslavers. But let me give you my 2 cents about a couple of things. I don't even want to hear about Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't care that she's complaining about her diet. Apparently, she gave some sort of prison interview to an outlet called Talk TV, complaining that she is a vegetarian, plant-based, and she's not getting enough, I don't know, hummus. Doesn't really matter. What I want to point out is all of the major news media outlets are covering this about Ghislaine, who mentioned that she believes that Epstein was murdered in his jail cell. I keep asking the same questions, and I've been asking them over the past several years. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell the only one in prison? Why this Talk TV interview now? I guess she's allowed to say now she believes Epstein was murdered. Why is there no more accountability? Where's the accountability for office staff, staff in the household, staff on the multiple properties? Where's the accountability for the client list? I am so sick and tired of hearing about all of this. We know there were multiple girls and young women, and we also know lots of monies have been paid out. But forget all of that for now. I want to know where's that? Where are all the other people involved? I keep asking this question. Where's the accountability? And it just falls on deaf ears. So this is a perfect example of why the Warriors, we want to cover and create our own media that talks about the important issues. We want to talk about and dig into why this is even allowed, and it goes very, very deep. And I think you know that, Warriors out there. But what about all the other people? What about Bill Richardson in New Mexico? That whole ranch, what was going on there? What was going on with all those people who flew? How many times? Now, that being said, I will say something. I live in the middle of New York City. And many people, and as you know, if somebody is very wealthy or thought to be wealthy or is a celebrity, people like to hang around those types of people. That's just it. They are magnets. So when I see a list of people who had dinner at the Epstein Mansion here in New York City, I don't necessarily think that means much, because dinner parties, being invited with a group of people to somebody who has access and money. And remember, most people don't do research. Most people are in their immediate bubble and not understanding, what's going on. And you have to also remember Epstein, that was kind of, that was under the radar. I always heard about Epstein living in New York and young girls, but I had no proof. I wasn't there, but I always heard that kind of sizzling underneath, bubbling. People would gossip about it. So if I heard it, I'm sure other people heard it, but people choose to ignore things. And again, unless we have proof, I've never been to a dinner at Jeffrey Epstein's manse on the Upper East Side, but I don't necessarily think that means anything if somebody like a Katie Couric, she's in the news today too, we'll leave that for a minute, but, went to dinner at Jeffrey Epstein's house. I do find it quite curious, just things like, I don't know if anybody's asking these questions, that one photo of Prince Andrew walking in Central Park with Jeffrey Epstein, where was Prince Andrew's security? Or was it Jeffrey Epstein who makes sure he has pictures of everybody? Because somebody like a Prince Andrew just doesn't wander around a big open space like Central Park. And that picture was taken, pretty close by. But perhaps that was Epstein's camp, keeping track of everybody he talks to and visits and all else. But again, let's just go back to that question. I don't want to hear anything out of the media about Ghislaine, about her prison food, about her horrible conditions, about any of that. I want to know more about the Epstein story. Will we ever find out what really happened to him? Probably not. I never bought, to security in our toughest jail here in New York City. We're surfing the internet, doing some shopping, and then they dozed off and fell asleep. And lo and behold, New York Post then is posting a picture online of Jeffrey being wheeled out of the jail, the high security jail. Then we have Ghislaine, who was sitting in a living room up in the woods somewhere when they captured her. And now, fast forward, we have Ghislaine talking about her bad diet in a very cushy prison in Florida, from what I understand. And she's also giving lessons to the other inmates about etiquette and manners. Doesn't matter. None of this. All nonsense, all distraction, all disruption. The real question is, again, what really happened to Jeffrey Epstein? But we'll leave that one for now. But right now, what do we have? Where's the accountability for staff, for client list, all the other people involved? Because Ghislaine and Jeffrey didn't do this on their own. So until we get at that, tune it all out. Don't listen. Always follow lynswarriors.org. Ask a lot of questions. Follow, well-vetted research as much as you can, and don't get distracted by these little nuggets of throwing things out, because you know what? Most of it's propaganda, lies, and we don't know what. So always remember, each and every day, use your brain for other things. Follow other stories. Do some good. Leverage the internet for good. Share some facts and truths that we put on the Warriors on our Twitter, on our Facebook, on our Instagram, and be with your kids. Community creates change. Our kids need us more than ever. Start talking digital safety. January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. Number one thing I can think of right now, digital safety, because we all have the internet in our homes. Remember, wherever the kids are, so are the predators. So engage, educate, and empower. Don't get distracted by all this other nonsense and garbage. Stay in your own bubble, in your own home, your own community. Take care of yourselves, because nobody else is looking out for us. And remember, each and every day, you have to remember, throw all that garbage out that you're hearing on mainstream media for the most part, and just take care of yourselves and your families, and be a warrior.